right. First thing, I'd like to introduce Jody to all of you. This is Jody McMurtry. She is our new administrative associate and has been helping us get organized and finishing out getting all these orders in. And so if you have questions, reach out to her and she will get you to the right person. Yeah, we're really excited to have her. So thank you, Jody. All right, many of you printed out the handbook calendar at the beginning of the year, but we've made several updates, especially with our shows and contests. So go ahead and reprint January through May if that's something that you do. If you keep it as a live document, then you're fine. But there's also been updates to the art exhibits and contest pages. Some of these things we just didn't get the dates before August when we were putting it together. And so as those have come in, we've updated that. On December 14th, we were invited to come to the board meeting. The visual arts department is going to be honored, and they do recognitions right after the pledge. So you don't have to stay for the whole meeting, and we're going to be recognized for being a TAEA District of Distinction. That means we're the top 4% of Texas visual arts departments. And it is a huge, huge honor. And we're hoping that, by continuing to focus on this, that it gives us some credibility and validity from people who don't understand the art department, and hopefully will lead to future funding. So come if you can, we'd appreciate that. And then we're going to continue documenting for District of Distinction so we can hopefully order or earn it next year. And these folders are in the Visual Arts Share Drive under District of Distinction. And any of the art teachers in our district can help add to that. Art advocacy is if you've put an article on your school website or newsletter or parent letter about the importance of art. Big Art Day. That is something that we register for on TAEA's website. They send you a verification email. So last year we uploaded that, and then pictures from your actual Big Art Day. Community service. I know some of you have art clubs who do service. Pictures of that can go in there. Cross-curricular, interdisciplinary. So anytime you have those things in your lesson plans, that's just putting in a copy of your lesson plan and then some photos of what the students produce. Field trips. I know some of you are going with the modern. Pictures from that can go in those field experience folder. And then social media, those Instagram or Facebook accounts that you have for your art classes. Do some screenshots and put those in a folder for us, and that'll help us get everything turned in so that we can earn that award again next year. All right, Flex. Sorry, it took us a little bit longer this year to get things updated. We are mostly up to date. Wendy's just finalizing some of the things with her book studies. The asynchronous classes, I did have them listed on December 31st, and they have been moved to March 31st. That will be the deadline as to when everything's due. But if you haven't completed it yet, you are marked absent until you get it completed. So don't try to re-register or be upset. It's just it makes it so that people, for one, know that it's not in person, and then it lets us know that we haven't given you credit yet. And so once the course creator lets me know, then I just change that from an absence to a credit, and it's easier to do. Submitting your Art of Ed and out of district Flex. That's going to be from the share drive in the Visual Arts Share Drive under Flex. So those of you who are doing Art of Ed, you're going to put those certificates and your complete of Art of Ed certificates. There's going to be a folder in there with your name on it, or you can create one if I didn't. They need to be in these folders on the shared drive, not your personal drive, because if you attach them, I won't have access to them unless they're out of here. So for example, with that complete of Art of Ed, the people put in, what class they did, and then they link from that folder their certificates, and I put in this date of when I enter it. and you should see it on your portfolio once that's updated. The same thing for that outside of district. I need to see those certificates, or if they don't have a certificate, like a receipt from you paying for or whatever it was, or screenshot from the website, something that lets me know that that's what you did. And again, I put in the date when I put it into the into Strive. Oh, wrong thing. All right, ordering and receiving. You guys did a great job of getting those orders in on time. We really appreciate that. Unfortunately, the longer we waited, like those of you who got them in a little bit late, it took a really long time for them to get approved through teaching and learning. And so we're getting those last group of orders out, and Jody's getting them all in. So if once you get them, please do that receiving form within 1 week of getting the supplies, so that we can get those vendors paid, and purchasing stops sending us mean emails. That'd be really helpful. If you are missing items, please let Tony Browding know from School Specialty. There are some things that got discontinued, and he'll let you know how much extra money you have, and if it's a pretty good amount, we can work on getting another order for you or something like that. And let's see, registration for Junior Base is open. If you didn't start the year with us, you're not going to have a TAEA account. So you will need to register with another teacher in your school, or register your students. Again, this is one of our required contests, but we're just asking you to sign up one student. You are welcome to do more, but we're at least one. And get signed up this month though, so that we know if there's any issues, and you can start working on that process. And it will be in person this year. So we are taking kids to the event, and they do the interviews, and it's a really great experience for them. But if you've never done it before, keep your number small, just because it's a lot to manage if you haven't done it before. So if it's your very first year, I probably wouldn't take more than like 5. But we're asking for at least 1.
Where is that located whenever we go there?
I have I forget off the top of my head. I have it listed. I think it's in the art calendar now on there. It's at one of the schools. I think it's in Keller. It's one of the Keller schools.
Okay, thank you.
But I don't just remember it now. VSA, that's Very Special Art Show. That is an art show that we put on for students who receive 504 and special education services. And so the deadline for turning in art for that is January 10th. And that show is going to be here at I Am Terrell. It's a great way to honor these students who don't often get recognition. The reception's January 18th. And there is an artist submission form for the show on page 53, 54 of the handbook. And the artwork is matted in black, and you'll need that label. So if you have extra questions or need more information about that, we'd love to help you out. And it's not required, but we also don't have a limit as to how many you can enter either. All right, Imagine No Violence. The warehouse, our Fort Worth ISD warehouse, like one of the buildings was closing, and so they were consolidating. And so they were doing a lot of moving things around. And so they are a little behind on getting our boards out. So we're able to get a deadline extension to March 7th for those Safe City boards. You are submitting 3 to the art office. And so you're going to do your judging at your school. So it's 3 per school, not per teacher. And again, the students get cash prizes. And you want to check out page 47 in the art handbook. It's going to give you more information about the artist submission form, the statement, and the release. Those are all things the contest needs. All right, you have to turn it into us here at the art office. You can't drop them off at the One Safe Place building. They need to go through us to be part of the contest. All right, district art shows. We are back in person this year. And We are also going to put the same works online. So it's not different works on online and then in person, it's the same works in both places, so that we give our parents who don't have an opportunity or because of work schedules can't get to the art show, still have an opportunity to see these shows. Ashley has those Google Slides ready. Please do not change the title of the slide. That messes up its link to the website. And also read those directions on that first page. She has it very organized for you, and just read that first page and it should be pretty easy to get those up. But again, it's the same artwork that you're putting in person online. And again, it's matting in black with those Avery labels. And Ashley's working on those updated parent letters so that they can be, you can invite parents to it. All right, field trips. I'm not able to approve field trips that you are asking for us to pay for. All field trips that we've had thus far have been sponsored by museums. But if you do have one of those, you know, go through the process. It's in the art handbook so that we can get those buses entered. Please make sure your classrooms are inviting and organized and safe. The students really should be the ones that are taking care of the classroom. So if you need some help with some like getting those procedures to happen, that they are taking care of the supplies and classroom, let us know so we can help you. But we want our students and our administration to feel comfortable coming into your rooms. And if it's really, really messy, it's hard for them to feel that way. All right, if you're doing some type of exciting lesson or have an event or campus exhibition, please let us know. We'd love to come out and take some photos and showcase you. Wendy or I will do our best to attend, but we've had, let's see, some glow in the dark painting that people told us about. Sometimes some campus shows, but we want to see what you're doing. And if it's something that you're excited about, let us know and we'd love to come out. All right. If you're struggling, please reach out to us. We do want to help. Wendy is in classrooms most of the day. She's mostly focused on our new staff, but if you are struggling, please let her, give a shout out and we will either go out to your room. We will meet you on Zoom. We can do a phone call, whatever it takes, but don't suffer in silence. Don't quit. We really need you. And we're excited you're here. And holidays are right around the corner. And so you guys definitely deserve this break. And we also just want you to know that we really appreciate you and what you do for our students. Questions? All right, well, you guys are an easy group. Maybe we'll try, do you guys think that like before school would be better for middle school? I think it'd be easier to get people on. Okay, we will try that next time and see if that's better. I do record it and maybe they just think, oh, well, I'll just watch the recording, but I'd rather have people on live so they can ask questions as they think of it. And plus I don't really have any guarantee that they'll actually watch the video afterwards. So.
Tiffany, I have a quick question.
Sure.
So with the flex, if I enrolled in something and like I changed my mind or like I wasn't able to go to it or I was something, am I gonna like be penalized? Just ignore it?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's best, especially with our in-person, because some of them are limited on numbers. It's best to unenroll before the class so that someone else could then enroll. With our asynchronous, it doesn't really matter because I think I have it like capped at like 200. So it's not a big deal, but it's those in-person ones that's a little bit more important so that we have enough space. But there's nothing, it used to be that they would like, remember, I don't know if you were in the district then, Wendy, but they would like penalize you if you didn't show up and like you would like couldn't register first. Like it was a whole ordeal if you didn't show up, but now they don't. Oh, and you also had to fill out the survey or they wouldn't give you credit. Like, it was like,
and then they would tell you, if you miss another one, you cannot do any more. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get my credit?
yeah. So we try not to be punitive. So, but yeah, especially those in person, if you can unenroll, if you know that there's going to be a conflict, the asynchronous, it's, not as vital, but no, there's nothing that happens to you for not showing up. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Oh, and Lauren, on that one that you did for me, that book study, one of the slides is an assignment, so I changed it to assignment for you to be able to get your credit. One of the tabs, yeah.
What book study? Which one?
It was like engaging teachers, or it was one of the tab ones.
Okay.
You did a teacher reflection, but you're supposed to fill out the slides, but I did it wrong, so I just added it on there again. I just want to tell you.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris, you doing okay over there?
Oh yeah, my internet like disconnected and came back, so I don't know
Okay.
if everything is fine or like if the meeting is over.
Yeah, we were just answering questions.
Yeah.
You can watch the video.
I'm good.
And then the slides
Okay.
are in the share drive under our
Okay.
department Zoom
Cool.
meetings. But are you enjoying your new room?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a really good room.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn, how are
But
you
yeah.
surviving over at Young Men's?
I love the students. They're, like y'all said, they are very well behaved. I'm very lucky being like a first year teacher and having actually a good, well behaved school. I'm really grateful for that. But I'm gonna be honest, what is flex?
Okay, so lucky for you, you actually don't have to do flex because you started the year late. So,
Okay.
but what it is we have 187 contract days for teachers. And they used to have like 5 professional development days worked into the calendar where you would come to campus and they would have training. Unfortunately, most of it didn't apply to art teachers. And so you'd just be on campus trying to learn what everyone else was learning, and it wasn't always fun. So now what they do is you do 30 hours of continuing education outside of school time, and they have it divided up into different categories. Every year they've changed the amounts for the categories of like how they have it broken down. This year it's 12 credits content. So with our department, 9 for the campus and 9 for teacher selected. So you are welcome to earn flex credit just as continuing ed. I would encourage you to do art, like those Art of Ed courses. Those are going to help you a lot. But in terms of like, you don't need it to not get docked on your paycheck, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But
Where
you
do I
still will
find
get-
the access, like information to the flex courses?
I have them listed on ArtBeat, all of the in person, and then with Art of Ed. Wendy, do you know if her name was added to the list yet?
They were supposed. Okay, they were supposed to send me like a current thing, and she hasn't yet. So I'll reach out to her tomorrow.
Okay, but Cindy Tolliver
sure.
is our person that we connect with on there, and so she can help you get online if or onto your account if that hasn't happened yet. So
And I
Wendy,
can
can
send
you?
yeah,
check
and I
that
can send you
tomorrow?
the information too, Brooklyn, so you can contact her directly.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a great program. And they just have, it's like classes you can watch online, and they have them for like surviving middle school and how to get organized, and then social and emotional. And a lot of people have been doing art therapy lessons.
Mhm.
Like that's one that I've seen a lot lately. And they try to also like stay with like the current needs. So when we all switched to online, they did a bunch of courses on like teaching online and art on a cart and that sort of stuff. So we're really happy with them. But you will still get your Texas, it's like, I forget the letters to it, like S something, there's like 4 letters to help you
SBC, yeah.
recertify, and
Mhm.
then fine arts credit. But like flex, you just don't really need to worry about this year.
Okay.
Okay, so one less thing.
Okay.
But you are more than welcome to come, especially those in person. It's fun to start becoming part of the art community with the art teachers here.
Yes. Okay. Are there classes that